Okay, so today we're diving into the world of ultra-wide gaming monitors.
A world of immersion.
Yeah, and we're going to try to figure out which one is the best for 2024.
The best.
The best. Uh, the sources that you sent me aren't exactly a comprehensive review site,
Right.
but they do highlight some really interesting points and make for a really interesting discussion.
They do, and it's interesting because, like, even without full reviews, we can kind of pick apart what makes a good monitor for 2024.
Yeah, and one of the things that stood out to me was this phrase, let's have a debate.
Oh, yeah.
So that tells me that there's not one clear winner.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good monitors out there.
So our mission today is to figure out what features we should be looking for.
Yeah. Equip the listener with all the info they need to make the best choice for them.
Because there is no one best, right?
No, it's all about what you need as a gamer.
Yeah, like what are your priorities?
Exactly.
So let's talk about 2024.
Okay.
What are some of the big advancements this year that are shaping gaming monitors?
I think one of the big things is mini LED backlighting.
Okay.
It's like a game changer for HDR, like way better colors.
So HDR, high dynamic range, is like the contrast, basically.
Yeah, it's the range between the darkest blacks and the brightest whites.
Okay.
And mini LED allows for more precise control of that backlighting, so you get much deeper blacks and brighter whites.
So it's going to be a more immersive image.
Absolutely. And we're also seeing refresh rates get crazy high now.
Oh, yeah. What are we talking, like 240?
240 is becoming more standard, but some are pushing past 300 hertz now.
300 hertz. That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah. So a high refresh rate is good for like fast-paced games, right?
Absolutely. If you're playing competitive shooters or anything like that, you want that high refresh rate.
Okay. So that makes sense for those kinds of games. But me, I'm more into like story-driven RPGs.
Okay.
I need a beautiful picture, you know?
Right.
So does mini LED play a role in that?
Yeah, totally. Like all those little LEDs, they can be controlled individually, so you get really fine details and a more realistic image.
Okay, so that's good for me then.
Definitely, if you want those lush landscapes and detailed characters, mini LED is the way to go.
So for our listener out there who is looking for a new ultra-wide monitor, let's break down some of the features
Yes, let's do it.
that they should be considering.
Where should we start?
Well, let's start with aspect ratio.
Okay, aspect ratio.
Now, I know ultra-wide means it's wider than a typical monitor.
Right, like your standard monitor is 16.9.
Yes, 16 by 9.
Ultra-wides are usually 21.9 or even 32.9.
32.9, that's super wide.
Yeah, you're practically surrounded by the game.
Okay, so wider is better.
It depends. Some games don't support ultra-wide resolutions,
Oh, right.
so you might get black bars on the sides.
That's no good.
But for games that do support it, that wider field of view can be a huge advantage.
Yeah, especially for games where you need to see your surroundings, right?
Exactly, like racing games or strategy games.
Okay, so aspect ratio is important. What about resolution?
Resolution is the number of pixels on the screen.
Okay,
The more pixels, the sharper the image.
makes sense.
Common ultra-wide resolutions are like 3440 by 1440 or even 5120 by 1440.
5,000.
Yeah, those are super high resolutions.
Well, sounds beautiful.
It is really crisp and detailed, especially when you combine it with a high refresh rate.
So we got high resolution and high refresh rate.
A winning combination.
What about things like IPS and VA and all those acronyms?
Those are panel technologies.
And those matter too.
They do. Each one has its own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, so like IPS.
IPS is known for good color accuracy and wide viewing angles.
Okay.
VA panels have deeper blacks and higher contrast.
And OLED.
OLED is like the best of both worlds, but it's also the most expensive.
Ah, okay, so there's trade-offs there.
Always trade-off.
What about adaptive sync?
Adaptive sync is a great feature.
And that's like G-Sync and FreeSync, right?
Exactly. It syncs your monitor's refresh rate with your graphics card.
And that helps with,
It eliminates screen tearing and stuttering.
so the picture's nice and smooth.
Super smooth.
That's awesome.
It's a must-have for a lot of gamers.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
And hopefully our listener is now equipped to choose the best ultra-wide monitor.
I hope so.
But as you continue your search,
Yes.
I want you to imagine the perfect ultra-wide monitor.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't exist yet,
The dream monitor.
what would it have?
Oh, man. So many possibilities.
Like maybe it folds in half.
A folding ultra-wide, that would be amazing.
Yeah, or projects.
Holograms.
Holographic gaming, sign me up.
This is just the start of your ultra-wide journey.
It is.
Explore those options, prioritize the features that matter most to you, and get ready for a truly immersive gaming experience.
Happy gaming, everyone.
Happy game.